Hey guys, I recently put out a face doodle tutorial and a viewer asked me to do a hair shading tutorial as well to kind of supplement that. So I thought I'd do a really quick one, just kind of throw one together for you. So basically I have the face down and I'm going to do it in pen so you can see it better. But you can obviously do it in pencil, colored pencil, regular pencil, whatever. Then let's give her some, wavy type of hair. And let's say it goes back behind the ears, right? With like a little bit of a middle part. I'm into middle parts lately. And for some reason, I just love drawing hair. It kind of feels like drawing folds almost in cloth. And then it does add a lot of like personality to the girls' faces. I really love kind of wild sort of hair, but I also love calm, subdued hair. I think all of it just kind of gives it extra personality. So let's give this girl very flowy hair though, so we can do the tutorial better. And I was gonna put this out as a short, but then I was like, I don't feel like trying to edit it down to just 1 minute. That's gonna be, difficult, let's just say. But hopefully this tutorial is not going to be too long. We just have like a small drawing here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Then let's give her some clavicles. So the hair would be behind the ear and then it would go down like that, right? And then it would be the darkest where it's coming out from behind her head. And then it comes forward into the light. So we're going to start shading the darkest parts. And we're going to leave the lighter parts not shaded, at least at first. So this one comes forward, so that means behind it is darker. This behind the strands that come forward, you get darkness. And that's how you want to do the shading, to kind of distinguish what's coming forward versus what's not. And then you can sort of pretend that some strands are going behind other strands by kind of having them be partially covered up and then sort of look like they're coming out. See, like right here, and now they're coming out from there. And this is just a regular big ballpoint pen. You can get a pack of 10 for $1 something. They're probably about 10 cents each. And they're one of my favorite pens, so it's just goes to show that you certainly don't need any expensive art supplies to sit down and do art. Just use whatever you have already, and if you don't have anything, then just use, any pen you have around the house. Any pen, any pencil, it doesn't matter. So over here, it's behind the shoulder, so that's going to be darker, so we want to make that darker. And remember, if you're working with a pencil, you can obviously go and erase. Now, if you're working with a pen, you can't erase, so it's almost kind of like working with watercolors. You want to start with the darkest parts, or, well, actually, no, watercolors is the opposite. You do the lightest, and then you kind of darken it up. But here you're also working to preserve the lights, basically, is what I mean. So you want to make sure you're not overdoing it. You want to kind of only color in the parts that you actually want to color in, and don't overdo it, because if you lose the highlights, then it's not going to look as good if it's all monotone. You want some parts to be lighter and some parts to be darker. All I'm doing really is just creating a bunch of flowy lines. There's really no rhyme or reason to it, but that's how hair is. Hair is just a bunch of strands that go all over the place, right? Especially if it's kind of wavy hair, like this girl. And I'll show you some examples from a sketchbook that I've shared before, but I'll show you some examples when I'm done with this of how to do different types of hair. It's all kind of the same concept. And then, so right now I'm just putting in the darker areas into the places that kind of go inwards, because that creates the illusion of them going inwards and then coming back out. So we want to have less lines on the parts that come out, as though they're catching the light and are being highlighted. And over here I had already drawn a strand, so I'm going to pretend this hair is going behind this strand, right? So it goes like that. So, and then basically you just kind of sit there and do that. And then we're going to pretend that one goes behind this strand. So it's actually a really fun and sort of relaxing exercise to do, because you don't have to think much. You just find areas that go behind each other and make some darker and some lighter. And you can be basically watching TV while doing that, which is how I do all my art these days, is in the evenings while watching TV. And if I'm missing some parts of the show or whatever, then, you know, whatever. It's fine. I can multitask. That way I get to do art and catch up on all the shows. So it's like double bonus. And that way you're not really sitting there and overthinking the art either. So let's say this strand is thicker. So it goes like that. And then we have some more strands here. So let's work on this side a little bit. And this one goes behind it. So we're going to put the darker area underneath that strand. And then we're going to do that. And then sometimes so we're just kind of creating some variety as to where the strands go by putting some lines in there. And again, a little bit more lines here because this is the area that goes in. And then let's say we want to finish this out. And this side's a little bit less wavy. And because it's hair, I can cover up that piece where there was like a bit of the ear was too big and I decided to make it smaller. But we can cover it up with the hair, so it's okay. So I hope this makes sense. Basically, you're just putting in lines and then you're seeing which lines go under other lines and which lines go on top. And the lines that go under are the ones that get shading. So like this line goes, these lines go under this one, so they get the shading. And also the lines that are, the strands that are kind of towards the back, the areas like this, they get more shading too, because they're away from the viewer. And then towards the viewer, they get less shading because theoretically, if this was a real 3D person, the stuff that comes forward is the stuff that catches the light and gets all the highlights. If you have a highlight, then you'll see a little bit of strands, but in the middle it might be catching such a bright highlight that you don't see any strands at all, so then you leave that area blank. And again, this goes back, right? And this really goes back because this one is behind this strand right here. We want to delineate the strand by putting the areas around it into shadow. And then this goes behind it, so we emphasize that as well. And you can even turn the page if you want to make it easier. Then, you know, your hand just goes like that. It's a very meditative sort of thing, drawing hair and drawing folds in clothing. Those are like two of my favorite things because you can just sit there and kind of get lost in it. Yeah. So then I would kind of before being done, I would go back and add more. Now we can add more darkness because we're not going to be worried about losing the highlights because we already know where the highlights go. So now we don't have to worry so much about preserving them. Now we can just deepen the shadows to create more depth and to have more values in the artwork. More values make it more interesting. So you want to have some areas that are basically white and then some areas that are pretty much black and then everything in between to have a nice range of values, because that's what creates interest in the piece. I'm just deepening the shadows that we already had put in there. They were already there. And then this piece looks like it's behind that piece, so we're gonna emphasize that as well. And then this piece is going in there, so we're gonna emphasize that. So again, it's very relaxing because you don't really need to have figured all this out in advance or premeditated any of this. You just go in, put in some squiggly wavy lines or straight lines if you want straight hair. And then you go in and just look for the areas that look like they're overlapping and create depth and dimension in those areas. And it's even, this would be even easier with the pencil. So if you want to make it easy on yourself, probably start with the pencil. But if you just have a pen available, you know, obviously, clearly pens work really well too, for shading even. You can get shading values from a pen as well by pressing not as hard. Like if I press hard, I'll get a black line. If I press soft, I get a grayish line. So it works well for shading, even with the cheapest kind of pen. So that's pretty much it, I think, you know. I mean, I could keep going and add some more, a little bit more, you know, here and there, but I don't want to make this video too long. And I think you guys get the idea. I don't know how long this took, maybe 5 minutes or so. Let me see, how long did this take? Well, anyways, I don't know how long it took, but you guys will know, because once the video comes up, you'll see, but it really doesn't take that long. Ugh, okay, I better stop, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep going, because like I said, it's really enjoyable doing this. It's very peaceful. So yeah, if you pair this with the tutorial on doodling faces, that was also doodling easy faces. So that's also a super easy tutorial of mine. And then you add the hair, then you can get girls with a lot of different variety of faces and just have fun with it, and it's not difficult at all. Just relaxing and enjoyable and fun, and you don't need any expensive art supplies whatsoever. But of course, if you have them, use them. You know, use whatever you have. Use whatever you enjoy using. So let me see if I can show you some girl hair, just to kind of give you an example of what I mean. So I'll put this to the side so you can see that we use kind of the same strategy. So here's, again, I put the darker areas into the folds that go back, and this hair was super quick and easy, you know. This is just basically scribbles. Same thing here, you know, areas that go back are darker. And here I did more shading just because I was doing the tutorial, but you can get away with a lot less shading as well, and it still looks like hair, just takes a lot less time. This is straight hair, kind of the same concept, you know, darker in certain areas, except there's less, you know, squiggly lines and less overlapping. It's more just straight lines. Again, straight hair, and again, just kind of overlapping, and then the shadows sort of here and there, just where you want to show the hair going back. This one has a lot of hair. And all of it was done with kind of the same exact approach. More hair, more hair. See, just darker areas go behind the head. Same thing here, just kind of waves and squiggles. Lots of hair here, but still the exact same concept. And it really does not take long. Oh, more hair here, mermaid hair, nice and flowy. Then again, so you have the hair like that, and then you have hair kind of going behind other strands. And basically you would just draw in those lines and then go back in and shade around them. That one doesn't have hair, more hair. Oh, there we go. This one has a lot of hair as well. And kind of the same concept, just draw in some strands and then put shadows in around them and leave the highlights open. So the highlights are open and the shadows got dark. That kind of hair, more simple, it's just straight and it's only shaded here. Darker shading, an example of much darker shading. But again, the main darkness is, you know, behind her. Lots of hair here. Still the same concept. Lots of flowy hair. Also same concept, you just want the strands and then the shadows. And braids you would do the same way. You know, you just find where the braids go in and then you just shade, you know, the areas that are behind the other strands. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this useful and helpful, but let me know in the comments if you found it useful and helpful, and if you want more tutorials. Like I said, this video was made from a request from a viewer, so if you have any requests, let me know. I'm happy to make another video, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.